first of them as they go 4 wide for you. So come into the main straight. I know there's not many of us here tonight, but make as much noise as you can and show your support for the drivers. I know there's not 7,500 here like there was last week, but up on your feet, make plenty of noise and support the drivers that you've come to watch tonight. That's it. You're making more noise than they did last week. Put your hands together here in the main straight. This is feature 1 on a big month of the Month of Madness. Reminder, the only thing the crews can do is change a tyre. That was me with the torch thing. Whoever me was. People watching in Swan Hill in Victoria at 1:15 in the morning over there. Go the Manjimup boys. Plenty of support around Australia. The first of 2 finals tonight in the Month of Madness. Over $50,000 in prize money in the month of March. Here for Street Stock. And Hoth is on the outside of the West Australian champion. Back then in 3rd place, it's Ethan Genev as we go green. Hothie's out after Jamie Oldfield. Ethan Genev in 3rd place as they run into the back straight the first time. Jace Kempton goes up to 4th place and Peter Walker is there on the outside. As they come out of turn 4 the first time. It's Oldfield from Hoth from Genev. Then we've got Kempton on the outside, Walker. On the inside is Clayton Blee, and back then in 7th place is the 84 car, which is that of Brooke Oldfield. As they move down into the turn number 2 the second time the yellow lights are on, because we've got a car around that is Peter Walker, and we have ourselves a stoppage. Jamie Oldfield to lead them into the main straight. Genev on the inside, Hoth the outside. 1 down, 19 laps remain. Away we go. Oldfield got a flyer. Hoth on the outside, the inside is Ethan Genev. And back there in 4th place is Jace Kempton. On the outside is Clayton Blee as they move down the back straight. This first lap back under green. Our race leader is Jamie Oldfield. On the outside, Jake Hothen, and in 3rd place is Ethan Genev. On the outside of him is Jace Kempton, and Clayton Blee is in the top 5.
Oldfield out in front and then back to the car 29 there. And we've got Jake Hoth in 2nd. He's doing a great job. He's had a great night tonight. Genev jobs back a spot at the moment and pushes himself into 4th position. Meanwhile, Oldfield is out in front at the moment and doing an absolutely fantastic job. Orange lights come on because there's a pile up in turn number 4. Sorry, that's turn number 2. So they sort themselves out for another restart here.
One of those cars, those Peter Walker.
Yeah. Trying to come off the fence now. The tractor meandering that way, but the WA1 of Jamie Oldfield pushes away. Kempton and Hoth in there behind him as well. And it's Oldfield that gets the better of the starts as he has done all night. Hoth will be hoping to get up and put that nose in front. He's had a very good night. Kempton in 3rd. And then it's back to the 110 of Clayton Blee, who's also had a great night. They mix and match, and there's about 10 cars behind that could be anywhere, but Oldfield's out in front at the moment and he's doing an absolutely fantastic job. Another lap down and we'll get into another lap for Oldfield. He's going to push away. He's probably about 3 or 4 car lengths in front, and Hoth is still in 2nd at this point. Kempton 3rd, enough. Genev's got himself up into 4th position at this point in time. You could throw a T-tail over the next 6 cars after that. There's cars absolutely everywhere. Oldfield, though, as expected, out in front. Hoth on the track down.
So 4 laps down and 16 to go. Jamie Oldfield out in front from Jake Hoth in 2nd place. Then Jace Kempton, then Ethan Genev. That's the first 4. Back in 5th place, it looks like it's Damon Thompson. And in 6th place is Matt Hammond. Back in 7th position after that. I'm just trying to pick up who is in 7th place. There's a wall of cars. So come down the main straight. It's car number 3 in 7th place, which is Trent Lyle. 5 down and 15 to go. Jamie Oldfield out in front. Back in 2nd place is Hoth. He's under enormous pressure from the 55 of Jace Kempton, who dives to the inside. Hoth fights back on the outside. 6 down and 14 laps to go.
How good is this out in front from Oldfield? But the battle for 2nd and 3rd, even though there's battles all over the track, that has been a ding-dong one at the moment. Kempton and Hoth doing a great job. Genev just watching all that happen. He'd probably be getting ready to pounce as well. And then it's back to Hammond in there as well. Orange lights come on. Someone is around the wrong way there in turns 3 and 1 and 2. one of Oldfield. Ready to push it away again. We go green. And they're away. Oldfield gets a pretty good start again. Oath in there as well, doing a great job. And Kempton in there. He's got himself up into second. Oath pushed back to third. And Genève in fourth. So we'll have 13 laps this time around to go. We've got Damon Thompson, I should say, in fifth position. And then it's back to the other 10 of Matt Hammond. So 13 laps to go this time around, and it is a much closer race up in front with Jamie Oldfield and then Jace Kempton. Back then to third place of Hoth, who's sat in second for most of this race up until now. So he's got a bit of work to do. Genève has just been watching this unfold for the last 6 laps, and we've got 12 to go.
So 12 remaining, and Jamie Oldfield just in front of Jace Kempton and Jake Hoth. 3 car lengths back to Ethan Genève. Then in 5th place is Damon Thompson. Matt Hammond in 6th place. Hammond coming up on the outside of Damon Thompson, a pair of 10s as they move out of turn 4. There's a car length in it as we're nearing the halfway mark. 11 to go. It's Jamie Oldfield by a car length over Jace Kempton. 2 car lengths to Jake Hoth and 4 car lengths back to Ethan Genève. Then back to Damon Thompson and Matt Hammond in the top 6. The yellow lights have come on. We've got drama right here in front of us, and it's Peter Walker yet again. And there's another car over on turn number 3, and we've got the yellow. We don't normally say Jamie Oldfield just in front. He normally gets away, but he hasn't tonight. Hoth and Kempton have been right with him. A pair of collie drivers on the 3rd row. Ethan Genève and Damon Thompson. Matt Hammond is there as well. Away we run. Hoth goes back underneath of Kempton, and Hoth goes back into 2nd place. On the inside, Ethan Genève might swallow them up, can't quite do so as they run wide out of turn number 2. Here comes Matt Hammond underneath of Damon Thompson, moves up into 5th place now as they come out of Pearson Teeny's corner into the main straight. 10 down and 10 to go. It's the West Australian champion in front.
And he's just really pushed that lead away just a little bit more than the last start. The battle between Hoth and Kempton, that is on. Hoth winning that at the moment. Kempton just slipping on away in the inside. Genève has been there the whole time, about the same distance behind, watching this whole thing unravel. It's Matt Hammond in the T10 in 5th, Damon Thompson in the next 10 in 6th, and then back then to the 7th position of Brooke Oldfield. Looking out the front, the lead is slightly stretching more and more for Jamie Oldfield. He's having a good run at the front after this restart. He's got 8.5 laps to go, and he's got Jake Hoth on the track down, but Kempton is also trying everything, which is tying him up. Genève dropped back a little bit and opened the door for Matt Hammond. So Matt Hammond's trying to move himself up into 4th position, but Jamie Oldfield out in front with 8.
So Jamie Oldfield leads by a second now. Back in second is Jake Hoth, and right with him is Jace Kempton. Ethan Genève made a mistake. He goes back a couple of spots. Matt Hammond goes up to 4th. 5th place is Damon Lyle, and in 6th place is Ethan Genève. They move down the main straight. Hoth and Kempton still side by side for the minor end of the prize. Hammond 4th, back to Thompson in 5th. 6th place at this point is Ethan Genève, then Brooke Oldfield, JB Goodwin. Back to Peter Walker and Trent Lyle, and the yellow lights come on yet again. And we've got a car up against the fence here in the main straight. It's the 83, and that is Daniel Amajuri. Sorry, Stephanie Amajuri. .16 cars still on track. Away and racing. Oldfield, Hoth, Kempton, Matt Hammond. So go up into the top turn. Hoth goes in quickly. Around the outside goes Kempton. Hammond trying to find a way through. So too Ethan Genève and Damon Thompson. So they run down into turn 3 and 4. And look at Kempton. He's all over the back bumper of Jamie Oldfield with half a dozen laps to go.
It's like a rash almost that bad. That's how close he is. And they've got those 6 laps to go, as Jason said. And can Kempton make it this one his race? He's on the back of Oldfield at the moment, back in 3rd place. Jake Hoth, then back to our first 10 of Matt Hammond, Genève, and then Damon Thompson is how they sit. They've spread themselves out, but behind that, it's a bit of a car park at this point. 5 laps to go, and Jamie Oldfield has maybe just edged away slightly, saying that there's only 0.448 of a second in it. And when they're doing around 90 k's an hour, that's not much at all. Jace Kempton back into 2nd, Jake Hoth in 3rd. Matt Hammond 4th and Ethan Genev in 5th.
So 4 laps remaining and Jamie Oldfield only leads by 0.5 of a second. Jace Kempton simply will not go away. Hope in 3rd place and back into Matt Hammond in 4th. 5th place is car number 4 of Ethan Genev, Damon Thompson. Brooke Oldfield is next, got trouble further back in the field. There's a car meandering and not getting off the racetrack, sitting in the middle of the racetrack. And this will really infuriate a few people. And we've gone yellow again.
She don't think it would have been too bad for Jamie Oldfield. There was another lap car sort of doing a few fishies in front of him that would have been ready for a restart in this single file start. Oldfield gets a pretty good start though. Kempton goes, well, I'm right here with you too, mate. 4 laps to go in this one. Not too much in the journey though. Who's going to pick this one up? Kempton's been trying hard. Then it's back to Jake Hoth, who's also been in the mix for most of this race. And then our 10 of Matt Hammond in there, that's the T10. So they come around with 3 laps to go. It's Jamie Oldfield out in front, pushing away from Jace Kempton, then back to Hoth, Hammond, Genev, Thompson, and then Oldfield. And lots of cars behind that, all in a nice straight line at this point. We've got 2.5 laps to go. Jamie Oldfield is on. I reckon Kempton is just sitting there biding his time, which he does. He tries to come over to Oldfield with a couple of laps to go. They're right side by side. Kempton is going to get under. They cross. I would say Jamie Oldfield's just in front with 2 laps to go, but they're next to each other, Jason.
0.048 of a second between them. It's getting desperate now in the concluding stages. Jamie Oldfield is now just absolutely driven right away with it. He got challenged with lap number 18. The white flag comes out. He has put the foot down. Kempton did the quick lap of the race, but not anymore. He's going to have to go almighty quick to catch him from here. Put a car up in the fence. The yellow lights will have to come on again down here in Pearsantini's. It'll be a green, white, checkered flag finish. And Jace Kempton will have another crack at Jamie Oldfield. That is the 10 car of Damon Thompson. And we really need the music to the never-ending story, I think, Jared, for this one.